This is a 1993 Mazda RX-7. I bought it 3 or 4 years ago from a gentleman up in Maryland, Vermont. It has about 10 to 11,000 miles on the car. And since then, it's transformed no less than 3 times, all of which Zach has been fortunate enough to see. This is the latest iteration. It's a full Mazdaspeed A-Spec Type 2 kit. It took a long time to acquire all these items, but I was finally able to do it. And what we have is the Mazdaspeed MSO2 wheels. They were made by Ray's back in 1992 to 1997, I believe. Bought these from a gentleman in Australia and had them restored here locally. They did a really good job and I'm really happy with the way they look. In addition, there's a company called Parts Collective, which makes the replacement center caps here. These are made out of titanium. I'm really happy with the way those look as well. I wish they'd make stuff for my other Mazdaspeed wheels. Also is the Mazdaspeed A-skirt, side skirts. Had those shipped over from Russia, and I had those painted by my friend Ryan. He owns Resto House here in St. Louis. If you ever need paint work and you're local, make sure you check him out. He did a really good job on those and fitting those. And then the bumper is a genuine Mazdaspeed A-Spec bumper with brand new lenses and a brand new hardware kit from Mazdaspeed. Was very fortunate and very lucky to be able to acquire those. The gentleman that sold me those was also from Australia, same person that sold me the wheels. He sold me the bumper and the lights and everything along with it with the new hardware and lenses. Then exterior wise, continuing to move back, we have a Halfspec S2000 Antenna. So he makes an adapter and we were able to get it installed and looks great, I think. In addition, we also have a Mazdaspeed spoiler. This is something that I've kept consistent with the car, even with the 99 spec that I had previously. It was one of my favorite things and one of the easiest things to install because we didn't have to cover up any of the holes because it covers up them naturally. So that was one of the big things was back in the day was no drilling, which we've kind of gone against that a bit, but that's okay. We have 99 spec taillights. That was something else I always wanted for the car. And we also have a Racing Beat catback exhaust. Oh, we also have on the exterior the OEM mud guards as well. And we also have Ohlin coilover suspension, which I forgot to talk about. Moving into the interior, it's changed quite a bit, but we have all brand new 93 year plastics because the ones that came with the car were a little bad. We have an Efini steering wheel because I replaced the Flying M to be more period correct. We also have a JDM armrest, a JP3 fire extinguisher mount along with an H3R mount, and we have a Garage Alpha accelerator and dead pedal. In addition, we also have a PFC mount from Japan. It's a little bit different in that it allows a swivel. There's a US seller that makes them. His name is Dakota. He runs Code Red Performance. His is really good. And I kind of wish I bought it instead because it's a little more stable than the one I have from Japan, but that's okay. In addition, we also have a Shane Drake gauge pod with a Defi boost gauge. My goal with the interior was to keep it really OEM. I didn't want gauges everywhere. I didn't want to modify it in a way that was detracting to me, so that's why I went with a really minimalistic look. In addition, we also replaced the floor mats with some Garage Alpha floor mats. Moving on to the hatch, we only have a couple of things here. We have the OEM floor mats in the back. I kept those back here just to kind of keep them clean. The backing tends to break up, so I wanted to keep them. We have a Mazdaspeed rear strut bar. In addition to, we have an OEM hatch cover. All right, and moving on to the engine bay. So we actually don't have quite a lot happening here. One of the things with this car I wanted to do is keep it very OEM, very reliable, while still making it a fun cruiser. I did not go all out with the suspension and such because I wanted to keep it geared more for cruising and just riding around town. I have the FC and now the Civic for backroading and tearing stuff up. So for the engine, we kept the traditional texture black powder coating along with flat black for everything that wasn't a hard pipe or something like that. We have an HKS intake, a Mazdaspeed front strut bar. From Australia, we have the FD Motorsports U-type intercooler, which is kind of cool. They're kind of smashed together, and both the intake and the out is receiving air. We have an HKS twin power increasing spark output. We did really things that made it more reliable. We simplified the vacuum system while still keeping the twins. I didn't want to go single. I wanted to be a purist, if you will, and keep it the way Mazda intended, because the FC at the time was a single turbo and I didn't want to do that as well. But I think that wraps up the car and everything that I have done to it. I know that there's a lot of other smaller things that I have forgotten, but we will include a mod list in the description.